This local property tax repeal bill, as I'm sure our friends opposite know, is about lifting the burden of this very unfair family home tax off families and households and seeking to replace it with alternative measures to raise taxes, including a wealth tax. And it's about undoing one of the many bad policy decisions taken by Fine Gael and Labour in the last 2 years. And let's remind ourselves, Minister, you were elected to undo the damage of Fianna Fáil, but you've chosen instead to implement Fianna Fáil policies. Now, what are the effects? More inequality, more poverty, more disadvantage. This week, the cuts to respite care will hit 77,000 of our most vulnerable citizens. Immigration and unemployment are at record levels, especially among our young people. Public services, particularly health, are in crisis, and there are more cuts to be imposed this year. And the economy, particularly the domestic economy, is flatlined, and on top of all of that, this family home tax has been imposed on citizens. Now, I've listened both last night and tonight to Fine Gael and Labour TDs trying to defend this tax on the family home, and they sought to do it. And if you believe this, and you say don't believe that you believe this, you sought to do this by comparing it with the domestic rate system in the north. Now, you must know. If you don't know this, then take a run.
Sorry, would you
take a run up the road.
I won't ask you a second time.
Take a run up the road, and you'll see, for example, that rates in the north cover a range of public services. Education. Those of us who live there don't pay for our school books. Emergency services. A public health service. No prescription charges. No private bin collection charges, no road tolls, water and sewage services, and even septic tank services provided. You'll also know that Sinn Féin blocked water charges in the north. Now, that's what the rates in the 6 counties pay for. Of course, there are inefficiencies in the services, but you see, the rationale that the Minister set out for this family home tax was big boys made us do it. Not to provide people with school books, emergency services, prescription charges. He said the Troika made us do it. Now, before they came into office, they said that they opposed this property tax. It takes no account of ability to pay, takes no account of those in negative equity. It ignores the fact that 1 in every 4 mortgage holders are in distress, or that many are stuck on homes whose value has dropped and on which they pay huge stamp duty. It's also a tax proposed by Fianna Fáil and now, as we see, implemented by their brothers and sisters in arms, Fine Gael and Labour. So the government has also ensured that the revenue has the means to take this tax irrespective of the individual or family circumstances. Let the big bankers off free, let the big developers off free, let the speculators off free, award your own policy advisors all sorts of exorbitant high salaries, but deduct from people's social welfare, from wages, from their bank accounts, and even from their credit union accounts. This is the most despicable type of going after those who can't afford. So what we have seen, and this will continue unfortunately to be the case, and I take no satisfaction in saying this, is more and more people being driven further and further into debt. So there are alternative measures that the government could have taken, including the introduction of a wealth tax on all property, liquid and assets above a certain net wealth. Why, Concordia, couldn't they do that? Why couldn't they levy a 1% wealth tax on all net wealth over 1 million with certain exclusions? Because it's based on net wealth, which takes into account mortgages and loans. And it protects struggling families. So, Sinn Concordia Nice, Fine Gael and Labour had the choice, and once again they made the wrong choice, and the people will pay.